Okay, so this is gonna be the card review, right? Live stream card review for Aria. So let's pick Aria out first. We're gonna bookmark that, and we're gonna do a real in-depth card review for this one. Okay, this live stream. Okay, so Aria here is gonna be our third cycle of black cards. Right, so we have Water Yen as the first batch. We have Atlantis as the second batch water, and now the third batch water is Aria. Okay, so how is Aria gonna fare compared to the other black cards, right? Especially comparing with Water Yen as well as Atlantis, which one is better? Okay, so first and foremost, Water Human, right? As compared to Water Yen, Atlantis is both water gods. So in a sense, Aria is gonna be less likely to get those lockdown, like God and Demon lockdown and all those, so there's a plus. Right, so let's take a look at the leader skill. Right, everybody know the active skill basically converts the whole board into enchant water, fire, earth, human runes as well. Right, so this can actually counter weathered runes, not really weathered runes, it can counter the mark runes, right? The mark runes, and basically ignores quintet elemental shield. Right, because it has enchanted runes, it ignores enchanted quintet as well. So the question is she really worth it as a black card? Right, leader skill, water and human attack times 6, extend rune movement time regardless by 1 second, so leader ally that's 2 seconds, and fire and earth possess 50% of hard rune stones can be superimposed, which means that leader ally Aria is going to give you 100% effect. By dissolving water, fire, earth in the same round, launch Aria will launch 3 extra water attack. Water, fire, earth as much as 50%, right? So it's not a full 100% attack, but 50%, right? So in a sense, that extra attack, you can kind of picture it like Mesopotamia, like the front and back is launching extra attacks, right? But this time it's water, fire, earth extra as extra attack, but you need to dissolve water, fire, earth, right? So sometimes when the board gets very ugly, you probably won't be able to trigger this active skill. Alright, so in my opinion, this leader skill is very, very shit. Okay, I said it, okay, this black card is actually pretty shit. So I know a lot of Chinese players are like praising Aria, like, whoa, super godlike card and all this, but honestly, to be very honest, is not very black card standard. Okay, I'm sure some of you might agree, some of you will be like, what the shit, then, you know, like, hear me out. So look, basically what you can see from this leader skill, right, basically is a high multiplier, right? So black card here, we have a base multiplier of times 6. So that's basically all the good in Aria. Okay, so dissolving water, fire, earth, all this. Do you notice that other jackpot cards, not black cards, but jackpot cards actually have this kind of effect, right? Like, what's special about her is her high multiplier. That's about it. And looking at how fast TOS will progress in the future, next time, maybe next few exclusive seal, you might be seeing cards that are having a multiplier of times 6 as well. So what makes Aria stand out will not stand out anymore, honestly, right? And then her active skill, which ignores quintet elemental shield. So I'm gonna ask you very, very honestly, enchanted quintet shield, is it very difficult to bypass? Not really, right? At this point of time, enchanted quintet is pretty much a joke, right? Like, we can use Aqua, right? For example, we have a lot of cards that pretty much enchants the board or explode the runes on the board and drop enchanted runes, like for example Darwin and all this. Basically, there's a lot of cards that easily bypass quintet shield. So by having this extra quintet shield, doesn't really matter, right? It's just extra, but how OP is it? It isn't very OP, honestly. Alright, so let's move on to the passive skill. Fire possess effect of water and earth if you have at least 1 fire, and then earth, at least 1 earth in the team, right? So there's extra. So turn runestone into human runestones according to members of according to team members' number of attacks, and then to the max 6 runestones for each attribute, right? So this is basically Aria's personal damage increase, right? So basically that's about it. When HP is full, next damage received will not lead to your defeat. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about this tumbler. Okay, so is it really that good for this for current meta? Right, so honestly, Aria, let's just talk about Aria, okay? Will you bring Aria to fight Shamash? Shamash, the 10 seal boss, right? So remember that Shamash at the alpha beta combination stage, you have that frozen runes and initial attack of I think 27,000. But that's the kind of initial attack that we're looking at this point of time, at this current meta, right? And then on top of that alpha beta, that mob ignores damage reduction, so instantly one hit KO a black card team. Right? So yeah, like what's so special about Aria? Basically, honestly, just being very frank, what's keeping her very strong right now is her multiplier, which will die off a few patches later. So I'm not sure whether Madhead is gonna do a revamp of this card or whatever, but honestly, black card standard, not quite. So to add on, if Atlantis were to get a power release, it's gonna be stronger than this card. Okay, so do you want to draw this or not? Right? If you guys don't have Aria yet and still thinking of drawing Aria, right? I suggest you can say it's worth it to skip. Okay, we have Senseiya, coming up, so you might wanna save your diamonds for the collaboration, because collaboration is a one-off thing as compared to Aria, which will remain in the ancient seal and stuff like that. Alright, so overall that's just my feel for Aria, right? Basically the entire card review for this Aria portion. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to the type of members that you can put in as for Aria. Okay, so as I mentioned just now during the giveaway, Wenzong, a very very good card. I'm gonna briefly go through the members because there's actually a lot of members to go through. Okay, so Wenzong cancels away hard increase drop rate of water runes, because fire rune and earth rune give you healing, give you recovery anyways, right? So it's good to have more sky drop. Right, Lucy, no need to explain, increase damage as well as damage reduction. So if you want to look into removing chains from active, removing chains to attack, right? You have CA Cancel as well as Marie Curie. So I understand that CA Cancel and Marie Curie only release water cards, right? But bear in mind that the main attacking cards in this team will be Aria, because she's gonna launch extra attacks, right? So by releasing leader ally Aria, damage should be more than enough to bypass whatever stage that you're going on, right? So of course, comparing CA Cancel and Marie Curie, is better to go with CA Cancel, because CA Cancel has better stats as well as double sword amelioration, right? So Cassandra will be a good pick as well, but I don't really suggest Cassandra, unfortunately, because she locks down recovery, right? Which means that you cannot heal. So you do get like Lucy kind of damage buff, but you cannot recover. So that's a bit risky, right? But a good card nonetheless. Okay, so moving on. Effect removal. We have Floris, right? So recent Floris have her power release, so you can use Floris because she transforms, she gets human runes, and then she can remove whatever debuff that the stage possibly have. Alright, so good pick there. So remember, if you're running Floris with Enchantress, do off your Enchantress first before you activate Floris, because they're going to remove your Enchantress effect as well. Okay, next alternative for card effect removal will be Yukimura here, right, which is a fire human. So clear all additional effects in play. The other part of the active skill is not really necessary. Okay, so we have two options for effect removal. So honestly, for fire members, it's best to slot in one for the effect, but the best pick will still be Media, as I'm not going to explain Media. Right, so Biscuit here is going to be a niche pick. Right, maybe maybe you can put in Biscuit for like heart shield, dissolving number of heart to damage the enemy. So Biscuit will be a good pick because mono humans, which means that you are converting the maximum amount of heart runes that Biscuit can actually convert. Right, so Media, enough said, damage boost, and then damage received times 1.5 doesn't really matter because you have that tumbler effect, right? So Sus is definitely a good pick as well because of the increased combo. Increased combo will definitely boost up the damage. Alright, so is Crescent good? Sorry, that comment is a bit too long, I can't really see the full thing. Is Crescent good for Meso team? It's not bad, but honestly I'm not a fan of Crescent because her damage boost is actually very random. Alright, so moving on. Mesopotamia. Oops. Mesopotamia. This is gonna be quite an expensive team, right? Some people will be like, oh dude, 2 black cards in a team. Right, so if you have Mesopotamia, she can be in a member, and then as usual she can break the combo shield if you hit 8 combos. Right, so expensive card there, but yeah. And I think a lot of Chinese players actually miss out this card. I don't know why. Maybe they're giving a more simplified card review, I have no idea. Alright, so Michelangelo here is actually quite a good pick for Aria. Alright, so Hearthstone possess effect of Earth. I know it doesn't really matter, but that actually boosts up whatever Earth members you have in the team. But most importantly, leader ally times 1.5. Right, so the reason why you want to boost leader and ally because Aria does the extra attacks and then plus 1.5. It's gonna be pretty much like 100% damage already. Right? And then skill stays in play until no more than 5 combos are made, pretty much like Sus. 1 combo more than Sus. Alright, and then if you want to play high combo, right, and you don't have PR starters for some reason, okay, Yashiro from King of Fighters will pretty much help you to maintain that high combo. Right, so Aria don't really have a lot of sky drop, so you can actually maintain this 15 combo or less effect for Yashiro. Right, so if you pair Yashiro with Sus, the damage should be pretty decent. Alright, and then skill stays in play until more than 15 combos, which is pretty impossible unless you really do a lot of combo on the first batch. Alright, and then just to do a bit of that was all human race, right? So Aria can be played human or water, so you can actually throw in Aqua. So Aqua here gives you 1 round of 2 dissolve, so this will actually buff up the damage as well, and also another effect removal. Right, so here we have the third effect removal card for Aria, and then for 1 round you can actually deal more damage to demons and Machina based on whatever stage that you're fighting. Alright, so yes, this is basically my overall card review for Aria. Alright, so what do you guys think? You can leave it in the comments below as well.